What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome back to the Madden 20 Ratings Prediction Series, where today we're going to be taking a look at the Denver Broncos, a team that is going to be probably very popular to rebuild in Madden 20 because there's so much disarray. Maybe I don't want to say disarray, but there's a lot of room for improvement for the Denver Broncos roster. So I'm going to try to give you guys some predictions and maybe help you decide if this is going to be a roster that will entice you to select them for one of your Madden 20 rebuilds. So we're going to start at the quarterback position. We have Joe Flacco coming over from the Baltimore Ravens. 2,400 passing yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 picks. Before he got benched for Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, got to give him 75. He's just... I mean, he does kind of fit the mold of a John Elway quarterback, but I think he's pretty much a placeholder until Drew Lock is ready to go. We'll give Drew Lock a 72 overall. Big cannon, can move, can scramble just a little bit. All right athlete. I think he's going to be a pretty fun quarterback to use. Also got Brett Rippon. Could be an interesting option. A little bit of a sleeper for those of you guys that maybe want to do some sort of like a cupcake franchise mode. Rippon will be a guy I would look for in your franchise modes. Moving to the running backs, we have Phillip Lindsay. I'm going to give him an 84 overall. Last season as an undrafted free agent, ridiculous production, almost 1,300 yards from scrimmage, 10 total touchdowns behind an offensive line that is above average at best. So I think he definitely is going to get a generous rating. Royce Freeman, we're giving him a 76, 600 yards from scrimmage, 5 touchdowns last year. Again, maybe a potential trade target for those of you guys when you hop in your franchise modes and you need to get a running back. Fullback, you got Janovich, one of the better fullbacks in the league. Jumping to wide receiver, Emmanuel Sanders. I'm going to give him an 85 overall. Last season, 71 catches, 870 yards, 5 touchdowns. You may say, look at that production. That rating's a little bit high. But you got to consider the fact that it was just horrible, absolutely horrible quarterback play from the Denver Broncos last season. Even Joe Flacco will be a considerable upgrade, I think, over Case Keenum. Maybe not considerable, but it's definitely an upgrade. I think Emmanuel Sanders' best later year, I guess we want to say like best 30-plus year, could be with Joe Flacco / Drew Lock throwing him the ball. Cortland Sutton came in as a very surprise slip to the second round. Last year, I thought he was a first-round talent. I'm going to give him a 79 overall because last season, 42 catches, 700 yards, 4 touchdowns, emerges one of the better young wide receivers in the National Football League. And then beyond that, there's some you guys are going to have to up some of the players here. And Winfrey stats should be just a little bit lower. Again, like I said, these base rosters are not very good. His rating should not be a 72, but more so these videos are more so projecting the top tier guys, some of the top rookies. Winfrey, middle pick at a car, he should probably be like a 66. Again, these fucking rosters, man. Going to tight end, we have Noah Fant, 78 overall. He's a burner. He got great speed, tremendous speed. He's going to be very, very overpowered in Madden. I think he's going to be an absolute mismatch. Anytime we've used Noah Fant, at least the Noah Fants that I've created in my draft classes, incredibly overpowered. He always gets wide open. You run a slant, he's OP. You run a streak, he's OP. And he's going to be very, very OP. And I think his rating in Madden might actually be a little bit higher than what it probably should be because the athletic stats are going to be so goddamn good from his speed to his agility. Plus, he's a really good wide receiver. Just don't get him to, he's not even a bad blocker. Trying to, big comparison is him and Evan Ingram of the Giants. And he's more like 10, 15 pounds heavier than Evan Ingram. He can block. He went to Iowa. You definitely know how to block. You can't be a tight end and not block if you go to Iowa. Beyond that, they actually have a nice stable of young tight ends here between Jake Butt, Hooerman, and Fumagalli. So you have a lot of options there if you want to use a lot of 2 tight end sets. Going to the offensive line, Garrett Bowles will give him a 78. Ron Leary, 82. Dalton Risner, 74. Really did like that selection. Also gives you some versatility that you probably swing him to tackle, and his rating will take a hit. McGovern, 73. Jawan James, coming up from the Miami Dolphins, will give him a 79. Jumping to the rest of the defense, we got Derek Wolfe. We'll give him a 78. He's just a solid, consistent 3-4 player. Kind of peaked. He's a guy that'll give you all right production, 3-4 sacks a season, couple TFLs. Going to right defensive end, Adam Gotsis. A little bit of a breakout year last year, so we'll give him a 77. 3 sacks, 4 TFLs, finally starting to put it all together. I think he caught himself a Lane Johnson suspension, though. So I don't know. Maybe I'd keep an eye on that. Jumping to D tackle, you got Shelby Harris. Real nice season last year from Shelby Harris. Was graded out fairly well from Pro Football Focus, so we'll give him a 78. Draymond Jones was a nice selection of Ohio State. I don't really know where they're going to use him. He could be a hybrid of a little bit of like coming in as an undersized nose tackle for NASCAR packages, but he's going to be maybe more so a defensive end, but he could be utilized somewhat similarly to what Quinton Williams is going to be doing for the Jets. I guess if I had to try to figure out where he's going to fit on this Vic Fangio defensive line. But maybe he's putting, the high upside of Draymond Jones. Maybe he wants to try to make him his new Akeem Hicks. I don't know. Jumping to the linebacking core, we're going to give Von Miller a 97. Like, he's probably going to get one of those superstar X-Factor traits without a doubt because he's, cover athlete a couple years ago. They did all the marketing with him. But statistically speaking, a little bit of a down year last season for Von Miller, so he's definitely not going to be a member of the 99 club. I think 97 is fair. 14.5 sacks, 14 TFLs. He had a pick, 4 forced fumbles. Still really, really good. Just, not, top 1 or top 2 at his position. Inside, Todd Davis was productive. He had 114 tackles, 7 pass breakups, 6 TFLs. So, 75 plus. Maybe you could be 77, 78 if you really wanted to. I just don't think really is anything special. Jewel will get a 73. Right outside linebacker, Bradley Chubb, an outstanding rookie season. I'm giving him an 84. He might even pull in a superstar dev trait. Last year, he had 12 sacks, 14 TFLs, 60 total tackles. And the combination between him and Von Miller is huge. You want to talk about OP rookies? Look for Justin Hollins. Justin Hollins is an outside linebacker. Very, very quick. Should be a user god. If you are someone that is looking for like a finesse speed rusher for a 4-3 team, look no further than the Denver Broncos and trying to find a way to trade for Justin Hollins. There's just a little Madden 20 sneak peek CFM tip. Jumping into the secondary, we got Chris Harris here. I'm going to give him an 87 overall. Last season, 3 interceptions, 10 pass breakups on 45 tackles. I think he got himself a brand new contract. A little bit of down production, but he still is a pretty goddamn feisty corner. Built like a slot, can play slot, can also play on the outside. They brought over Kareem Jackson, who had an insane season last year with the Houston Texans. I'm giving him an 85. Even though the age is starting to be a little bit worrisome, the future projections of the secondary is not the best. They should have some really good production next year under Vic Fangio. Bringing over Bryce Callahan too. I assume they're going to have Chris Harris on the outside and they'll have Callahan take over in the slot. He was really productive last year with the Chicago Bears. And I actually do like Yidam in terms of his upside. So, kind of the odd man out here. But, next corner off the bench, he'll get some good production. At free safety, we have Justin Simmons. I'm going to give him an 81 overall. Last season, 97 tackles, 3 interceptions, and I think he can be one of these guys that benefits the most from Vic Fangio coming to the Denver Broncos. At strong safety, the assumed starter will be Will Parks. It could be some competition here from Su'a Cravens, so, 76, 73. I wouldn't be surprised to see either one of these guys rotate. But ultimately, I think Will Parks. Su'a Cravens, is he going to be on the field or not? Is he got to even make the team? Has some off the field issues. Whereas Will Parks has been consistent, kind of working his way up from a special teams role. Brandon McManus, solid kicker. Give him a 79. A little bit more inconsistent the last couple years, but overall, huge can of a leg. Makes a lot of big kicks at altitude. And Wadman will get a 72. So there you go, guys. Those are my projected Denver Bronco ratings for Madden 20. If you agree or disagree with these ratings, let me know in the comment section below. Make your bold claim so that if it comes true, you can tag me on Twitter and I'll bow down to you. Say you were way smarter when it came to predicting some of these ratings in Madden 20 for the Denver Broncos. As always, guys, thank you for watching the video. It's your first time stopping by. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.